So Luke, last time we spoke was prior to the Slough Town game, where we won 7-1. How impressed were you with the performance, and what were your takeaways from that evening?
So yeah, listen, it's no mean feat scoring 7 goals against anyone. We went there 2 years ago, and they handed it to us, and that was after our Wembley year. Having spoken to Neil and John prior to the game, I actually said I feel this is probably the strongest we've been in pre-season. Looking at the stats, the fitness levels, and the personnel in the building, I'd have to say that was backed up with one hell of a performance. I've watched it back. The energy levels, the fitness levels look good. The game understanding, the tactical and technical side of what myself and the management team are asking from them was delivered on all fronts. But I can't get carried away. I said it when we played Wingate, we played Billericay, and we played Concord prior, and it was very much about ensuring there's no injuries, ensuring that we're starting to see an upward curve in our fitness levels and our performances, and I think we're seeing that. And yeah, we went there, we were as on blob, we were as ruthless in front of goal. I felt we were sloppy 5 to 6 minutes after the half, which gave them a little in, and we all know in the National League, you're then one mistake or one goal away from really holding on late on with a 3-2 result. So there's things that need to improve. I think we're scratching the surface in terms of where we want to get to. We welcome Gus back in to the fold tomorrow, which he's been in on Thursday and Friday, working tirelessly to come back from a slight little niggle. So yeah, I think we've got a full quota as of training finishing today in prep for tomorrow's fixture.
So you alluded to the pre-season schedule. After the first 2 games, 2 defeats, you might have been slightly disappointed with the results and the performances. After the last 2 results and performances, how happy are you? Where do you think the squad's at compared to where you want them to be?
So I wasn't disheartened with the two performances at Wingate or Billericay, I have to say. I felt we controlled the game in both games. I felt we didn't score at the right times. I've mirrored and watched the games back. We controlled the game against Slough and we put them to the sword. So I think goals change games. We didn't score when we had our moments against Billericay, and they then go and score a free kick, which unsettles you and puts them in the ascendancy. Obviously, you're disappointed in the manner in which you're conceding goals at Wingate and Billericay, and that's something that we've worked on, and it's something that we'll continue to work on, because I'm heavily biased towards my defenders. I want them to ensure that they have clean sheets. We spoke about it again today when we had a attack fee defence drill, and we need to ensure that we keep clean sheets. We had the 3rd best defensive record in the league, and they need to ensure that they get back to them levels, because we feel we got goals in our team now. And we had it last year, but I feel we got more in terms of the introduction of Shaq, Cabs, Reedy, Corey Whiteley, Pierre Mongoya. We will set tasks for the other midfielders in Gus, Kieran, Rico, and wing backs and the centre halves when they go up and attack corners. So yeah, the performances against Wingate and Billericay I felt were okay. Controlled the games in spells, didn't put them to the sword. Concord first half I thought we was immaculate, really, really strong. And on Tuesday evening, everything, combination of what we've worked on, what we've asked for, it all fell in place. And I felt that was a very accomplished performance, but I don't get carried away. I didn't get carried away losing 3-2 at Wingate. I'm definitely not going to get carried away losing 7-1 winning 7-1 at Slough. I think we're fit, I think we're strong, and I think as every week goes on, we're a lot more organised, a lot more well drilled, and that's something that we've been working on tirelessly on the training ground, and that needs to continue, because Wrexham are going to be no mugs. I've just got all their last fixtures. We've got a couple of clips from their previous games, and we'll obviously do our utmost to get the games to watch and ensure that we know where their strengths and weaknesses are. But as it stands at the minute, I'm content, really content. We've got a fully fit squad, which is, I know any manager across any level, in the Premier League, Champions League, in the Dog and Duck and Fish and Chip League, they want players that are available to be utilised. So that's a massive plus for me in this pre-season.
So you mentioned in your answer there, goals change games and the importance of getting goals in the team. A bright spark from Tuesday evening was what Wood Army knew as trialist number 1, but we've now signed Shaquille Coltis on a permanent deal for the season. How good a business is that? How happy are you to have him within the squad?
He's a talent for sure. His goal ratio speaks for itself. At Barnet, he's a 1 in 3 National League striker. The return of games is something that we've questioned, but we believe in our medical team. We believe in our infrastructure here to aid him, getting him on the pitch. As you saw in that first half, he's a different type of striker to Reedy for sure, and Cabs. He's probably more the Tyrone Marsh mould in terms of the way he plays, and it was always a task for myself, Charlie and the chairman to ensure we replace Tyrone Marsh and his goals, and I think we have done that. I think it's a great bit of business. I thank the chairman for that, because we had a conversation. It was limited amount of money to spend on a personnel, and he's gone above that for me. And I have to say, after witnessing what he played on Tuesday, quite rightly, he comes in, as has Zane, as has Corey, as has Gus. He's putting it on the players that were here last year and the years before to ensure that their performances go up, and I'm seeing that across the board. And to be successful, you need competition in the ranks, and I think we've got that now. I think we've got a very, very strong 16, 17 man squad, and the likes of Matt Reed, Cabs and Shaq, add Corey Whiteley to that offensive side. I think it bodes well, I have to say that. So yeah, Shaq's come in. I don't think we've seen the best of him. I don't think he's fit enough. I don't think he's strong enough, but we have just over 2 weeks here today to get him right and firing come Wrexham.
So you talk about bringing Shaq in. That makes our 5th summer signing. Can we expect any more business in this transfer window?
Listen, I'd love to say yes, but realistically, no. I'm happy. I got to be honest. The chairman's done fantastic for us. Ashmore on a permanent, Reedy on a permanent, Gus, Zane, Corey, Shaquille Coulthurst is frightening. So I think that's one of the best bits of business we've done in a summer. The personnel that we've got in, I think, is way good enough for the level, and they're coming into a tide that finished 5th. So to keep the likes of Cabs, Kane, Sorba, Kieran Murtagh, Mark Ricketts, Dave Stevens, Tom Champion, Woody, just to name a few, Femi Jamal, I think like I said before, I think we've got a very competitive squad. I think we've got a very good squad. It's now ensuring that we get them purring and ready come October the 3rd. I've said it in every interview that I've done. I couldn't care less what happens Saturday. I couldn't care less what happens Tuesday and the following Saturday. We need to hit the ground running October the 3rd, and we need to be ready. I said to you prior to Slough, we will be ready. I'm seeing it a lot more now. The organisational side's a lot better. It's quite repetitive at the minute. Me and Doddy are clashing heads in terms of trying to get the best out of them and maybe repeating some drills, but we're seeing the fruits of our labour, and that was the result on Tuesday. But fundamentally, the performance was of a real good level, good fitness levels, good intent to press, and that's something that we want to hone in on and improve over the next 2 weeks.
So we rewind 3 days. We've just beaten Slough Town 7-1. It's a great performance and a great result. We then received news that Brentford B have a positive coronavirus test, and then a day later that Hemmel's pitch won't be ready for our next 2 pre-season games, and it turns our pre-season schedule on its head. Obviously yourself and the chairman then get to work, and we rearrange for finishing touch football to come in this Saturday, and then a Peterborough 11 to come in on Tuesday. How important is it to keep that sense of routine and keep getting minutes into the boys?
Momentum's massive. We're in long discussions, myself and the chairman, about do we give the weekend off and really hone in on a Monday, Friday sort of fixtures next week. I need the momentum, the boys need the momentum. For me, game time's fundamental at this period. They need to ensure that they're getting their habits back, and I think we're all plain to see. If you've watched the footage from Wingate through to Slough, you're seeing that boys' habits are improving, their togetherness, their understanding Zane Angol's strengths, Corey Whiteley's strengths, understanding Gus Mufata's, Shaq's strengths in the game on Tuesday. People are starting to get to grips with each other's and individuals' roles and responsibilities. To have the game tomorrow, we don't know what's being offered up, but for us, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything. It's about a mindset for the boys, ensuring that they go and play at the levels they did on Tuesday evening, because that's a sign of a proper team. And then to have Peterborough, that's the relationship of Chet, Danny Hunter and Barry Fry. That's him having his contact list. To turn around in a day to get Peterborough 11 on a Tuesday is fantastic. And that will give us a proper test, exactly what we need leading up to Wrexham. We obviously go into these 2 games. I'm going to shuffle the pack a little bit because I'm looking and weary of people's minutes. I don't want to burn them out, like I said in previous interviews. We need to ensure that they're all bubbling and getting to their peak come October the 3rd. So there'll be 2 teams in terms of tomorrow, and then there'll be a little bit more settled side on Tuesday against Peterborough. But like I said, everyone's fighting for their shirt. Not one person's got that picked yet, and they need to ensure that they're right on blob come the next 3 friendlies.